Peace, everybody. Welcome to episode 46 of the Fifth Quarter Podcast on Flight Room TV. I'm your host, Lighthouse. I'm with my man, Remy Please, and my man, Concourse P. We here to, give y'all a good sports podcast. Let's start in college football. It was a lot of different coaches on the move. We had Lincoln Riley leave Oklahoma for USC. Probably the biggest one. In LSU, Brian Kelly went down to LSU. Today, Ohio State just hired Marcus Freeman, a former Ohio State player. Notre Dame hired former Ohio State player Marcus Freeman, and also he was their defensive coordinator. But they, kept it in house. Young guy, 35 years old. What do y'all think overall about the coaching moves right now in the NCAA?
I'm thinking, why didn't LSU pull the plug on Lincoln Riley? Because he was the first one to go. It seemed like I don't know. He probably had his choice for real. Like he's like the hot young. He probably could have made a jump to the NFL too. People been trying to pull him away from college for a minute, but it seems like I don't know. That would have been like a good fit for him because you get automatically all the athletes in Louisiana, and then you already got like the connections with like North Texas and the Big 12 and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And we really don't see like LSU besides like that team with Joe Burrow with like an elite offense, and it just seems like that would have been a good match for him. And pretty much like I know it didn't happen before. I mean, Orgeron did it in like a few seasons, but if you got that hot seat in LSU, you almost guaranteed a title run at the least, just because of the athletes in that city, state, all that.
Yeah. No, I totally agree, man. I was actually surprised at Lincoln Riley too. I was waiting for him to make the jump to the NFL, but I do kind of think it's a good choice, USC. I think he's trying to propel his legacy. He's staying on the West Coast, and he's going to get the premium athletes of the Pac-12. As far as LSU and Brian Kelly, I also think that's a good move for Brian Kelly, just because he's proven that he can win without the top recruits, like the best recruits. He was in a rural area, Notre Dame, you know what I'm saying? So now he's going to get the cream of the crop. I actually want to say the next 1 to 3 years, I could see him being in a national championship just off his coaching pedigree. And now I think he has the athletes to really do it. Do I think it's a great fit for the culture? I don't know, because I don't really know Brian Kelly. I don't really know his personality. You know what I'm saying? And
he's kind of like smug. Like I don't really like him as a person.
But what I do know is he can rebuild a program. So that's why it's like I think they got to win in LSU. Premium, quality coach. They're going to have great recruiting class. And I think he's going to make a run, honestly. He's been in the running for the national championship, last 3-4 years. They lose, but, they're still there. Like I said, now they have the top-tier athletes, so I'm interested to see how that plan plays out. But as far as Lincoln Riley in the Pac-12, he should be dominating that because I don't really see, besides like Oregon, UCLA maybe, I don't see too many, many schools in the Pac-12 giving them some comp.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think outside of Oregon, I think Lincoln Riley going to USC, he going to just steal the whole West Coast because look what he did with Oklahoma. You go him. He's basically going to a state where he gets top tier athletes just in the state of California, just straight up. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I think that's going to help him. He's going to rebuild a program that already has a lot of history and because at least from what I remember, USC when USC was at its prime, like they was probably a bigger deal than Oklahoma. So I think him going there is going to eliminate. He's probably going to have less competition for the athletes over there. And then, I think overall it's going to be a good look. And I think just USC being good is good for college football in general. I think Brian Kelly to LSU, I agree with that thing as far as like I don't know if his person like he doesn't seem like an LSU guy to me, man. He seems like tuck your shirt in your pants type guy. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like
Yeah,
I don't know. He
real
just
blue
seems,
collar.
yeah, he seems kind of like really like I
My
don't
way
know.
the highway type. You know
Yeah,
what
I mean, not even that, but I was gonna say like he doesn't come across like the fun guy. You know what I'm saying? Like Ogeron seemed like he can let his hair down sometimes. He could probably meet the players, on their level. But Brian Kelly, he don't give me that at all. You know what I'm saying? He gives me like like you said. I guess these are the rules. This is how I move. I don't think he even. I don't know. This is all speculation, but he just doesn't come across like the guy that's going to be like um, approachable, well, not approachable, relatable to the players. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And we know LSU, that's like a swag school for real. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I just don't see how that works. I don't see how that. I mean, X and O's wise, yes, because like you were saying, Phil, what he did with Notre Dame, basically getting in the national championship or getting in the playoffs every few years, but they just can never get over the hump. So now he's going to be getting these SEC athletes, and that might just be the difference that he needed. You know what I'm saying, to start getting those national championships. So I do agree with that. And like I said earlier, I just like the overall Notre Dame move, picking up a young quarterback. I mean, young black coach and shit. I just think that was kind of, a good look for them. I remember back in the day, Ty Willingham, right? That was his name. Ty Willingham was the head coach at Notre Dame back in the day. But, it's good. They gave him another shot. So we'll see how that playoffs. What was it? Did Manny Diaz get fired yet?
Nah, he's still there.
He's
I know.
still
Rhett Ashley, offense coordinator. He is now the head coach at SMU. So I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Tyler Van Dyke was looking good in that system. I know brought him. They brought Ashley over because Derek King was
injured.
Transferring over. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how the offense going to look next year without Red Ashley. But Brian Kelly, he was, if I'm reading this correct, he was 92 and my fault. 92 and 39 record at Notre Dame. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And it is good. And the other thing I was going to say is I feel like the Lincoln Riley move made USC a little more relevant. They've been like falling off the last few years for real, going through coaches. I think they have a solid now 5 to 10 year plan with this man. So if he doesn't leave for the NFL, and I think if he does this, if he revamps USC, he's gone, man. 2-3 seasons, whatever, he's out of there.
Is USC's quarterback any good? What's his name? Lovis, something like that.
Yeah, they say
he is. They say he is.
Is he supposed to be coming out this year? Is he supposed to be coming out this year?
I don't think so.
No,
I was gonna say, you think what's his name? The dude that was the starting quarterback at Oklahoma,
Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, you think he gonna try to go to USC?
He may try to go to Clemson. I don't know.
Yeah,
they need somebody over there. I don't see
Clemson. They just had a couple players leave too.
Yeah. But back on Brian Kelly, he's leveling up each time. He won 2 national championships in Division II with Grand Valley State. Went to 3 back-to-back championships. Then went 92 and whatever at Notre Dame. Now he's leveling up again at LSU. So maybe, I don't know, he can bring that winning pedigree.
I think he can do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just I just don't see how his person he just doesn't fit that school. But X's and O's wise, I think he can still get it done.
They need a quarterback though. Like they can't.
Yeah,
that's been LSU's issues for years. They just never have a quarterback until they had Joe Burrow.
He was a transfer.
He was a transfer. Yeah,
from Ohio State.
Yeah.
But I'm rooting for him though. I hope he gets over the hump. Everybody deserves it. I feel like he's put in the work, the time. Like change that personality up. Yeah, be more relatable to the players. But man, get your bag and get in this national championship, man. You've been in the college playoff for however many years.
Yeah.
But yeah, get the job done.
And outside of those moves, do y'all think Coach Ed Orgeron, he's gonna land anywhere? He gonna feel like Oklahoma or some of these empty positions like Virginia? Or
does he still want to coach?
That's what I was gonna say.
Because I get vibes from him like he done. He got his money. He is good. Like
I'm waiting for the scandal to come.
He might.
out.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, I think teams will be, or programs will be hesitant about even bringing them in because like you really don't know what's around the corner.
I could see him stepping away and then coming back. In a couple
I can see that too. But I don't see
in the
him
right
just
position.
Right back. Yeah. I don't see him just going right back next season. And he might let that smoke down there a little bit before he try to come back.
But a couple coaches got brought back in. James Franklin signed that big 10-year extension with Penn State.
I mean, they got better under him. I mean,
they have.
He came
because they
in
was
right
irrelevant
after
for they was irrelevant for a few years, and then he came in there and he kind of turned it around a little bit.
He did. I would like to see them get more premium players, honestly. Like,
Penn State
I think
I agree.
Yeah. I think he is a great coach. I think he's relatable to the players. Their campus is top tier, especially their sports complex, all that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, now get into this playoff, make a run. And Penn State's one of those schools too. They're relevant, but they never get over that hump, bro. Like they got to do something these next few years. You get that 10-year extension, I need to see you in the playoff at least 3 times out of that. You know what I'm saying? Isn't it? Yeah, that's 30%, bro. You can do it. They can do it.
It's a quarterback.
Yeah, they need a quarterback too. That's another.
Who was the last
always
time
need,
Penn
like, a
State? I
quarterback.
guess Trace McSorley was their last quarterback. That was pretty good.
Gamer. He was a baller.
Yeah.
They won some
Forgot
big
about
games
that
there.
one. Yeah.
Mike Gundy got extended. Scott Frost got brought back.
I'm surprised about Scott Frost because
Right.
I feel like he kind of underperformed the expectations that was given to him. Because when he first got that job, it was like, oh, this guy's going to change the program. And I mean, Wisconsin, some years they hit, some years they just kind of fall flat. But
right, that's where you get all your offensive line from, Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's true.
Hugh Freeze got extended with Liberty. They've been surprising.
Didn't Rich Rodriguez go somewhere?
He signed with like a school
Like
that's
D2?
going to be but they're going to be D1 in like 2 years. So I guess he hopped on that shit early. It's like something like that. Yeah,
gonna rebuild it.
It's so crazy how he went from he was at Arizona, West Virginia, Michigan. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, just like all these coaches on the move, and we talking about like Joe Burrow and Spencer Rattler and this new wave of the transfer portal, De'Aaron King. Y'all think this is going to benefit the sport or collegiate sports?
I do, man. I do. And even switching, segueing off of, I don't want to segue off the NCAA football, but you saw Paige, what's her name, from UConn, get the Gatorade contract. Bro, she's getting caked up. But I love how like these college athletes are making like their own way, creating a splash, even with the transfer system, the opportunity. I like how it's getting shaken up because it's almost like you got a ball now, prove yourself now, or it's like, the time, the opportunity is gone. So it just puts more pressures on these kids to perform. And they can handle it, though, honestly. I feel like they can handle this pressure. Pressure is nothing these days, man. These kids get handed everything. So
can you for our viewers that don't know what the transfer portal is, what is that? What is the transfer portal? What does it consist of?
If you don't know, if you don't like your current situation at a school, you don't have to. Previously, you had to wait.
You had to wait a year to play.
Yeah, so you had to redshirt a year after your transfer to play, but now you can immediately, hit the ground.
And honestly, and they started that during COVID, because the opportunity was lost to play. Some of these kids were playing 3, 4 games, 5 games, and they wanted the opportunity for another year to show what they got. But I actually love that because if you can ball, why wait?
Right.
Why wait? Yeah, I never understood that, but you see it all the time. These freshmen are taking over seniors' jobs. It's but I like it. The competition's there. And it's just a better splash. I just love the way it looks. The league is getting younger, better. The games are more intense, high scoring. So I hope it continues, honestly.
This also
go ahead. Go ahead. No, you got it. Go ahead, B.
I was just gonna say this also shows that a lot of these players are fucking ready to play out of high school now. You know what I'm saying? They're ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These guys are these programs that they have in place, starting in middle school. The competition is there, and I mean, why not? If a kid who grew up in Manassas didn't go to a D1 college, but right away the coaches and scouts, they see it on the field. I mean, why not afford this kid the opportunity to go somewhere and instead of having to wait a year or so? I mean, why not hit the ground running? You know what I'm saying?
And you
Give
know
him the
what?
power. They deserve that too,
Yeah,
though. You know what I'm
they
saying?
do. They do.
You put
They
the
do.
work
And
in for like years. What do you
right,
mean? I got it now. I got it all of a sudden. You tell me I have to hold myself. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I got to be grounded here. That to me is kind of selfish. So I think this is a plus.
Right, and it levels the playing field, man. Now you have top tier players, just like you said, at these schools you probably never heard of. They're from towns you never heard of. But if you can ball, you can ball. That's what I
Right.
always loved about the sport. If you can play, it's time to play. It doesn't matter where you at. Like I love how like these mid major schools and everything are giving competition to these D1 schools. Like chip on their shoulder, everything just ready to grind. So like I said, keep giving these kids the opportunity. I want them to take advantage of it. Small town, big town, whatever. If you can ball, you can ball, and let's see it. Like that's how I feel, and I love college football for that aspect because this is the level that they're really playing, trying to get to the league, but they're giving it their all, and now they're getting paid too. So I want to see how that segues as well,
So it's
like with
just
the
college football.
competition. Is
No,
you talking about is getting paid
that's
like sponsorships and stuff?
no.
No,
All,
I'm saying the
every
transfer portal.
I think every
Oh yeah.
every
I think
sport.
it's all NCAA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
NCAA.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And we're gonna see it in basketball too. I think it's already happened in basketball a couple times. Top tier athletes getting traded. But in basketball it's different. All they gotta do is play a year or two and they're out of there anyway. Um, you go to a D1, you go to Kentucky or something like that, that's automatically in the league. You get all the looks. Doesn't matter if you're good or not.
Damn.
So
Speaking of
yeah.
Scott Frost, Adrian Martinez, the quarterback, into the transfer portal. I swear the nigga's been there for 5 years already. How's he
Shit, I've been there longer than that. Like,
Yeah,
like
exactly. He's
damn.
like a super duper senior.
Yeah,
What is this, like a seventh year?
Jesus.
that's what I was
Super
about to say.
duper.
It feels like about 7 years.
Yeah, he like 30.
Something. But I think it's good too because there's a lot of players, especially at these. I mean, like let's say Ohio State, that's wide receiver U to a lot of people. And
Yeah.
look at Jameis Williams from Alabama. He was a transfer from Ohio State, and now he's Alabama's #1 receiver. They talking about he going in the first round this year. And this dude wasn't even playing at Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? He come to Alabama, become the #1 receiver just like that. So there's probably a lot of other talented guys that's at a school where the position is just real deep, and they just need their opportunity. And you see what that dude is doing with Alabama right now. So I just think that's an example of the positives out of the transfer portal. But what do y'all think? What negatives do y'all think there's anything bad that can come out of it?
Yeah, I think like if people get too complacent or you I don't know, are you like giving up your fight? You know what I mean? Are you just because somebody's in front of you is not a good reason to transfer out of it? You know what I'm saying? Because like especially like in the quarterback position, what if like the quarterback in front of you have 2 bad games and now you gotta play? You know what I'm saying? Like what?
Right.
And then you forced to go to a new team or a new program and learn a whole new system, all that stuff. But you're already there, sitting there, and the team, the scheme, you know all that. It just feels like a cheap way out sometimes. I feel like depending on the player or depending on the situation, it's like a cheap way out.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah, I can
agree.
see it being abused.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that.
Right? You
Well,
don't
you
want
think
bouncing
you think
around.
I'm curious to see the day where it's that one guy that just keeps transferring every single year until he
Right.
gets that spot. You know what I'm saying? To start or whatever. Most likely a quarterback, but it'd be something. Probably a guy that was highly touted coming out of like what's that dude that used to play for Miami? He was at Ohio State. Tate Martell. He's a perfect example of a guy that was highly touted coming out of high school. Didn't really work out in college, and he just kept going from school to school, just trying to find his place.
Now they saying that kid now is going to be well. People are saying that we don't know that because we never seen him play yet. But what's the kid that skipped his senior season in high school? It's like Quinn. He got the mullet and he throw like all them sidearm
Oh
passes.
yeah.
I don't know who
I
that
did see
is.
him.
Quinn.
I know who you're talking about.
Quinn Ewers.
So
Back from
quarterback.
South Carolina or
Yeah,
something.
he like skipped his senior season in high school to start spring ball with Ohio State, and he's already putting in the transfer portal.
Damn.
Like today, a couple hours ago.
Yeah, see that. Yeah,
Ain't played not one down.
And see, that's the I guess risk you take in entering the portal. It might be somebody that's better in front of you. Like whatever school you go to,
Yeah.
you might have to play it out. Competition, spring ball, just like you
Yep.
said, and
You
you
may
might
not
not be
expect
what
it.
you thought you was. Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
might go there thinking you was just going to get that job, and then the dude that 2-star that they picked up
Right.
came out and whooped your ass in camp. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Was motivated because you coming. So that
What if
could
they
be a
made it
blindfold.
like you had to be eligible for the portal? Like you
like
had to,
grades
you know
wise,
what I'm saying? Exactly.
I'm sure there's got to be
I
some
thought
sort
that's
of
what it was,
boundaries,
though.
right? I'm
Yeah,
sure
I
you
thought that
can't.
was what it
Anybody can. I'm sure there's some sort of regulations on
It
it.
has to
was.
be.
Yeah, you probably have to have a certain amount of credits or something. Like it has to be something like before you can transfer. But regardless,
Damn, he already made $1 million.
that's when and let's get to that. How do you think the locker room is going to react to these kids? Even the coaches to seeing these kids get these contracts, these sponsorship deals outside of football, like,
I
or
think it's gonna
yeah,
cause issues in locker rooms like shit because it's
it
going like
is
a lot of these kids. We talking about 18-year-olds. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So they ain't never
right,
really even had a real job for the most part, and a lot of these kids come from the hood. You know what I'm saying? So you just
right.
You gonna be getting
you
extorted.
saying you ain't having shit, and then some nigga in your locker room got like $1 million deal.
Right.
And you ain't got you barely got enough money for pizza
And
for
he
the night.
probably
You
an
know what I'm saying?
influencer on the side and shit. And you ain't gonna be able to tell
Right.
that
And then he
motherfucker
over here, you
nothing.
see him pulling up to school in his new Range Rover and shit, and here your ass, you know what I'm saying? You can barely get around. That's gonna cause some
Exactly,
issue.
man.
And I can
Yeah.
It
and
is.
I'm just being real, like just even off the maturity level of it, niggas ain't gonna be able to just you know what I'm saying, accept that.
Swallow
I'm just
it,
being
yeah.
real.
Not
Like
at all. Not at all,
an
man.
18-year-old young, this the maturity level, like, nah, bro. That's gonna be some problems. I wouldn't even be surprised,
And
God forbid, but if like shit get real, like
I
like
know
jealousy.
yep,
Somebody might
that's where
try,
I was going.
yeah, I can see it getting like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you starving and you seen another nigga eating, like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Straight up.
And you've seen it, man. You've seen it. I
Mhm.
already told you, best movie to describe that is fucking Josh Hartnett, Mekhi Phifer. It'll show what if they were getting deals back in the day. But just like you said, it's all. And remember, dude from Miami that killed his friend, everything like that. Like I could see just like those politics happen, like just the jealousy really influence a lot of shit over the money.
And then not even just that. And then you got also think like I said, a lot of these dudes come from some, rough areas, and then you be like, oh shit, my teammate, he a lick. You know what I'm saying? Just straight up. You like, might set a
Exactly.
nigga up. I'm just being
Exactly,
real,
man.
like you just never know,
No,
man.
no. You're
You
right
can't
though.
be having
'cause-
like it's like you're gonna have to have and have nots like on the same team. Like that's gonna be that's gonna be rough.
right. My
Cause
suggestion is, yeah, give back to your team. If you are getting
if
these
somehow,
sponsorships and things
I
like
think
that,
that
bro, do the team lunches. Take over the trips, the bonding experiences, or whatever. Like, go ahead and put that up. Fit the bill. I feel like that will break the ice. That'll
Yeah.
actually. I feel like that's more of a team camaraderie thing, community, and that'll show that you're selfless. You know what I'm saying?
but
Like
yeah,
a lot of people.
to an
I mean,
extent, because I know
yeah,
some
yeah.
niggas will still be like, oh, what this nigga think just because he can go buy us food and go take us on trips, this nigga think he all
Of
fuck
course.
that nigga. I'm telling you, that's how
Yep.
niggas are. Like
That's
it's
the
just a
balance.
reality.
You're right.
You could
You're
be
right.
having the most, innocent of intentions, and because you're a nigga just assuming that you're trying to stunt, you're creating a hater. You're creating, a silent competitor. You know what I'm saying? And you just doing you. That's just
Nah, I
that's
know
how
it. I
niggas
agree.
are.
All
I
right.
agree.
Grimy.
That's the sad part, man, because money's the root to all the evil.
It's
And
just
just like you
gonna,
said, the
yeah.
maturity level of some of these kids, the mindset of some of these kids, the way the world moves now, society, social media, and all that, I could definitely see it being a problem. But
And fresh off the pandemic, it's like, I don't know, bro. That's
right,
gonna
man,
be. We'll see how it plays out, though.
we'll have to see. But I got my eye on all of that, man, and I want to see the motivation after they get these checks and everything. Like, people are satisfied once they get that bag. I still want to see you grind. I still want you to get to the next level, though. I want to see how that affects their gameplay. Maybe even school, you might want to drop out. You get $1 million. Fuck it, man. I don't know.
All right, so Porter, week 12, moving into week 13. How the Eagles level up?
Oh, man, I know that was a tough one this week, man. Jalen fucking Rieger, man, when I see you, it's on site. I'm squaring up. We'll have a conversation, but just know it's going to be tension. Regardless, Philly got to, and if we take this L to the Jets, bro, I'm done. I'm fucking done for the year. I'm serious. We better not even try it. But like I said, my suggestion: run the rock, man. Run the rock. The defense been looking solid, honestly. Been showing up to play. Run the rock. Let's get a couple of slants out there. Let's do the simple shit. Screen pass here and there. But let's let's lock it down and get it together. Get them hands together. I have faith that we'll go ahead and pull it out because this is the time of year our division gets tight. This is when everybody starts to play, and it's going to come down to the games against each other to decide who's going to the playoffs for real. So this is one of them games we have to get this game. Do or die game right here. So I will pick Philly over the Jets for that one. And it's in the Jets Stadium. We're gonna come away with the dub. I'm confident in that. Yeah, man. What y'all gonna do? I mean, honestly, I've been impressed by y'all the last few weeks. So how you feel about going into this next matchup? Because y'all got Vegas.
We definitely got
Vegas right now.
Every team in the division is playing away games.
Right.
Yeah, and we playing in Vegas. I mean, 3-game winning streak. It's going to be hard to, Vegas is not, ain't no cakewalk. Even though they got a lot of turmoil and all that stuff, they're not cakewalk. Yeah. They pretty much walked all over the Cowboys last Thursday. I mean, they do, a few things very well. They might be missing Waller. They might be missing Josh Jacobs. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But we're going to be definitely missing J.D. McKissick, who's
that's a huge loss. That's a huge loss.
And Landon Collins.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, he's been balling out his mind the last.
That means we got to have
a position. That change of position is all
it was. That means we got to have a hell of a week of practice because DeShazer Everett, as soon as DeShazer Everett got in last week, he gave up that touchdown.
Yep.
As soon as he got in.
Yep. I would rather see Jeremy Reeves in that position. I'm a big Jeremy Reeves fan. But,
I think we have a good week of practice. I think if Darren Waller does not play, that's
tight ends be kicking our ass.
That is huge.
Like the teams, all tight ends get off on us in the pause. Like
God damn.
But yeah,
it's crazy. But what do y'all think is the difference, though? I mean, I think from my point of view, I think it's the running game. I think we're
the commitment,
identity, the commitment to the running game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the difference. That time the reason we've been beating people is through time of possession. We be keeping the other offense off the field, and the defense just it bends but doesn't break.
Right.
I think and that's what the defense is doing right
and
now.
And the offense hasn't been really turning the ball over. If we do, we give it up early in the game, and then buckle down as the game progresses. But
tighten it up.
Yeah, Heineke hasn't been playing. We're not asking too much. I mean, he's making plays when it counts,
when it needs to.
Yeah. The defense, St. Juice not on the outside. I mean, I think they put him on IR either today or yesterday.
Yeah.
But having Kendall Fuller playing the outside and then Danny Johnson in the inside. And then Landon Collins playing that hybrid nickel linebacker. I have been seeing Jamin Davis on the field a lot more.
I've been seeing him more too.
Yeah, a couple flashes, and a shout out, and we seen this in the preseason. Casey Toohill holding down the edge, especially in the run.
Hey, for real, the backup defensive line in general, Shaka Tony, all them showing up.
Bradley Williams. Yep, they've been doing the thing. Jonathan Allen, stud, all pro, I believe, this year.
Yeah, this year definitely.
But yeah, just a cohesive unit, and I don't know what took so long, but Jack Del Rio and the defensive scheme, just actually making adjustments to what needs to be done.
Yeah,
but you think it's because they had the wrong lineup out there at the beginning of the season? You don't think that is like having out there?
Yeah, but at the certain, but if it's not working, why aren't you making changes? Why they had to take injuries for you to make changes?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
No, you're right. That's what happened. It was the injuries that did it, and then I guess it started.
Right. We got some here.
Yeah.
I think we need to also. I think a shout outs need to go out to DeAndre Carter.
Definitely,
because
100%.
I think
we saw that.
We saw that, and also because he not only stepped into that Curtis Samuel role, but I think that he's gotten better as a wide receiver.
Overall,
you know what I'm saying? Because you see they it seems like week by week they're now giving him more routes to run instead of just the goals. He's working the middle of the field now. So I
He's
think
making
that he's
plays.
an asset.
He is.
And I also got to give a round of applause to our offensive line, yo. I mean, God damn.
Yeah.
I mean, who's our offensive line coach?
Matt Makos. He's also from Carolina.
I mean, when our center went down last week, I was like, "Oh God, this is not good."
That's
and
always
it was like,
mind you, he's the second string center that went down. Now we got a third string.
So and it was like we didn't miss a beat. I mean, our run game was still our run game, and it's just like you guys said, the commitment to the run game. So that's a mindset to be able to like. All right, it seems like now the identity of our offense is like, all right, if we up and we in the fourth quarter, y'all already know what time it is. We about to run the fucking
you playing
rock,
that time of possession game, man.
We about to run
that's
the rock.
difference.
And yes, also, I mean, we've been kind of tough on him. Antonio Gibson, he's been running with a lot of I don't know, urgency, awareness, toughness, welcoming the contact that the one play on the left side
on the left side,
your shoulder.
Yeah.
That was needed as a team thing. That was needed.
That was a message, and I think he did that on purpose to let the defense know, like
he ain't run out of bounds. He's running through your way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
hey, what's your problem with Antonio Gibson though? Because you criticize him a lot, so I'm just curious. Like, what is his actual problem?
I just do not like his running style. I don't like it. I think that because put it like this: the way JD McKissick runs, that's just, to me, that is the typical running style of a running back. He's not a natural runner. He's gifted. He's talented. He's not a natural running back, and I get it. It's a transition. But to me, I think he leaves a lot of yards on the field. Just from the standpoint of running between the tackles. Outside the tackles, that's something different. You in the open space, and it's hard to get that dude in the open space. But running between the tackles, there's still certain things that I see in us. And I'm no expert by any means. But
he do be running straight. Like when he run between the tackles, it's like he just go, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like,
yeah, and sometimes it's like, all right, cuz you can if you just ever so slightly look out to the right. There's nobody out there. But I think that's also designed. It's an inside run game scheme. They do a lot of pulling of guards where you got to keep it inside pause. So, yeah.
And for the little guy, Scott Turner, stop fucking running the ball out of shotgun on 3rd and short, 4th and short.
Oh, he ain't changing that, dog.
Stop doing that shit.
He ain't gonna change that.
Why are we 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage? You running the ball? Stop it. Change that shit. But yeah. Anything else y'all would want to recap on Week 12 NFL football?
Dallas won last night, right?
Yeah. No, that's not week 12. That's week 13.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. True. What else happened?
The Bills were Friday. The Bengals. Yeah, right.
It is Friday.
Yeah. The Bengals stomped the Steelers.
Yeah, they did.
The Bucks closed out on the Colts. Cam laid an egg.
Oh God!
Against the Dolphins. The Patriots rolled over the Titans. The Giants won a squeaker
Mac
over
Jones,
the Eagles. Yep.
Oh my God!
The Jets surprisingly beat the Texans. The Broncos handled the Chargers.
Now that was a surprise.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
That was a good one.
The Packers
at the end too.
Packers over the Rams. Niners over the Vikings, and the Ravens won a tough night matchup.
Y'all think the Rams is on the decline? Like, what's up with the Rams?
Yeah, they got Jacksonville this week, and that might be a tough one.
It might
that's going to be a tough one.
Might have been just losing Robert Woods. It seems like Robert Woods went down. It just and then OBJ ain't doing shit. So
he did catch that one big touchdown, but still he ain't. But Robert Woods do everything.
Yeah, I think that might be the key. He might have been like the glue. Yeah.
So run down the list real quick. Stone Cold Locks of the Week.
Stone
Cold Locks of the Week. Who you got? P, whatever you just I'm gonna take the Rams to bounce back and handle Jacksonville minus 12.5. If that number jumped up close to 14, I would take the 13.
Not to get off topic, but where Trevor Lawrence at? Is he still playing?
Yeah, he's still.
They don't talk about him at all. For the first pick in the draft,
man.
I've never seen a quarterback never get mentioned at all. You know what I'm saying? Like that dude was the
Subway
first
commercial.
Oh, I'm talking about football though. There's no conversation of his play or development or how is Trevor Lawrence doing.
I think it's because it's Jacksonville.
You think so?
He not doing all that. Niggas in Jacksonville. He just there. And they
I think it's
get no publicity, no nothing.
If it was like the Giants or you know what I'm saying, the Cowboys, Rams, market. Yeah, I think it's because of Jacksonville.
Right, and I mean, right now they're not winning, man. They're not winning. They're not producing, like none of that. So he's not gonna get any love.
He has a 58% completion percentage, 9 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and the 72 quarterback rating.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. That sounds like a rookie year.
I don't know, guys. You think he can do it? You think he's
sound like a rookie?
He's an NFL quarterback. You think he can get it done? 9 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Did Jacksonville make a mistake by drafting him?
Nah, they didn't. I think Jacksonville probably made a mistake having Urban Meyer there, but
yeah.
But they've lost some close games though too.
Yeah, he showed flashes.
Do you think this rookie class is kind of quarterback class is a little underwhelming? Like, let's look at Zach Wilson's numbers. The second pick in the draft, 57% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 62.9 quarterback rating.
Yeah, terrible.
4 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
Trash.
Terrible.
Hey, Trevor Lawrence doing better than him, and they talk about Zach Wilson more than they do. That man.
New York, because he's in New York. Yeah.
And then they talk about Justin Fields just as much.
What about Mac Jones? What Mac Jones numbers look like?
He got like a 90-something rating.
Yeah, you know,
he's actually decent. He's not bad though. They're not gonna put him in a situation to where he has to do all that though.
Mac Jones is gonna be all right. He ain't going nowhere. Yeah. That's their franchise.
They got a defensive-minded coach,
right?
Yeah.
I think
he's not gonna make him do too much. He's not gonna make him do too much.
He landed in the best position too.
Yep, 16 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. 16 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 97 quarterback rating, 70% completion.
So he has some quality wins.
That's your franchise quarterback. That's your franchise
football right
there. They
there.
got their guy right there.
Exactly. He has quality wins. He has quality wins. So
the thing I like about him, he's not going to lose the game. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not going to just bomb. You know, he may not overwhelm you, or he may not like have you like, damn, that guy. But he's not going to lose the game. You know, at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And I think that, especially out of a young quarterback, that's all you can really ask for at the end of the day while he's still learning.
Hey, my Stone Cold lock of the week is Tampa over Atlanta. Lock that in. Easy. On the road.
Yeah. I might have to go with you on that one. That might be the easiest pick of the week.
That one, or I might take or Miami. I think the Giants, their defense pretty good, but they're going to be without Daniel Jones this week.
That Indy and Houston joint look good too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to take.
Indy, what they on like a 4-game winning streak or some shit like that, right? They lost last. Okay.
Yeah, but the games that they lose by like 2 or 3 points. Yeah, they're always in the game though. You know what I'm saying? They're in the game to the end. They make it competitive. They actually look pretty good. But
the Colts, right? Yeah, they do.
Yeah. I'll take the Colts over Houston for sure. With the 47, because they average like 30 points a game.
Take Dallas over New Orleans.
Dude,
you say Dallas?
Cheating like shit.
Hey, what's
I know the exact score.
What's his name going to continue to start? Y'all boy, quarterback, Taysom Hill.
Nah.
You think that was an experiment, or you think like he's gonna, they're gonna stick with him?
For giving him that bag, I didn't like what I saw.
He had moments last night where he was like, it was bad. Like it was like cringe-worthy. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh,
like,
that interception was ugly.
It was like bad football.
Yeah, it was.
And
he just never looks in sync, like in rhythm to me. It's just always like, you know what I'm saying? It's like like he looks lethargic. You know what I'm saying? Like them throws don't look like they got the zip behind them. It just doesn't look like it's he's strong with it, man. But
I feel like he should be put into that.
he
The
should be
way
a
that
tight end.
Atlanta's kind of using like Cordell Patterson, like that kind of role. You know what I'm saying? Like
he was
Swiss
doing
Army
that.
knife.
I just leave him in making plays like with the ball, not throwing it. It's just you know.
I mean, also they didn't have their biggest weapon, Alvin Kamara.
Alvin
Yeah,
Kamara,
that's killing him.
nah.
That's killing him.
Alvin Kamara could have played last night. He's still taking the L.
Oh yeah, for sure they're taking it.
It's
Yeah,
their
I'm
defense
gonna
too,
go with
though.
that. I'm gonna go with that Tampa Bay over Atlanta joint too.
And I got the Rams over Jacksonville.
Who the Browns play?
They got their first bye.
Oh, okay.
Latest shit. I don't know.
Hey, that New England Buffalo game going to be good.
Yeah.
And it's on
There's
Monday.
a couple. I think that Chargers Cincinnati game gonna be good too.
Hell yeah.
Yep. There's a couple on here.
I think Baltimore's going to route Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Lamar about
Pittsburgh
to get
ain't
some
looking
back.
strong this year. They not looking strong at all this year.
Lamar getting some get back.
He needed because he done had a few rough games. Even though they still been pulling out wins, but he need like a nice little bounce back game.
Nah,
yeah, y'all better not fuck up. Philly better not fuck up, yo. Don't go to New York and lose.
I'm done. I'm done if they take that L. I'm so serious. We're like in the middle of the pack too right now, man. We gotta get this dub. This is do or die. We gotta get the dub. We just got to. We have to get the dub.
Yeah, I do. It can't be a close game because it's gonna feel like you lost.
Yes,
Convincing.
convincing. I need at least 7 points, man. At least the 7. We need it.
All right, so last sports topic, and this is kind of like not excellence is knowing everything like that, but Robert Griffin III is coming out with a book in 2022
next summer
titled "Surviving Washington," where he details the turmoil that he experienced in Washington, his short career, along with mismanagement of his health and possible sexual harassment incidences. What are y'all getting from this?
He's going to be letting out some intel, and I think it's unfortunate just because the Washington football team is always in the news on some negatives type. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he's going to try to expose them somehow. I don't know how the relationship ended on terms wise, but I feel like he's gonna be letting out some shit. And that's always the appeal of the book. You don't know what's in there. What kind of what kind of juicy splash is he gonna go ahead and let out? The secrets, whatever, the scandals. I'm definitely interested in reading this because his run was short, but it was amazing those first few years. I'm not even going front.
Do you think? All right, so let me ask you this, because the NFL can't even really do nothing with Daniel Snyder, regardless of what the information that they have on this motherfucker. For whatever reason, this motherfucker seems to dodge all bullets. You feel me?
He's a guy.
I don't see how Robert Griffin III is going to come out and say anything that these niggas don't already know.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is more of a Robert Griffin III thing. I don't think that the Redskins, the Washington football team's front office is shaking in their boots by any means.
I don't think so either.
I think this is something that, like, okay, at this point in time, it wouldn't surprise me if, you know what I'm saying, like if he got a book and then somebody, it's more so like next in line when it comes to Washington. Now it's like everybody gets a turn. That's, you know what I'm saying, everybody gets to say something crazy, and at this point in time, it's like it gets old. So while most people on the outside who aren't Washington football team fans see this as like, oh my God, but your average fan, that if you've been a fan for a long time, this is like, of course. I mean, it's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So this doesn't. I think legally there are some certain things that he can't say because
Yeah,
he can
because
get his
yeah,
ass fucking
I
and
was
Daniel
gonna
Snyder
say
don't
that.
lose in court.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think
Don't
that,
do that defamation type shit.
And,
you know
Yeah.
what I'm
and it's
saying?
his reputation. He is a former Heisman Trophy winner. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He's still alumni. You know, he still is commentator, all that other stuff. So he has to keep it
Because
even
because
kill.
you got to think about it.
Mhm.
He had ain't James Andrews do his ACL and all of this type of stuff, and you can't get on there talking about some X, Y, and Z because you would be put like medical
Yeah.
malpractice is a very serious thing. So
Hmm.
he is it's going to be a lot of tiptoeing around the
Yeah.
bush in that joint.
I
You
agree.
That's
know,
why I'm interested to read
I
it.
agree.
You know, like how in depth would he go?
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
all I would say.
I'm not surprised. I kind of saw this coming. Like the way the whole situation played out, it was just so drama filled. You know, it was like it played out like a movie. You know what I'm saying? So it was like when I was like, there's definitely going to be a book, a documentary, or a movie about his time in DC. You know, and yeah, I think this whole little tell-all book. I think it's more of like a you know, he's building his profile post his career. He right now
yep.
he got his little college football thing going on. He come out with this book, you know,
Exactly.
if it draws enough attention to him, it's just he's just building his profile. He's built, you know, bringing more eyes to him now. You know, maybe if he builds up his social media following even bigger, you know, now you know people will be like, oh, let's get Robert, you know, on our show because you know, and then not even just that, the fact that you know he because right now we in these woke times, you know, shitting on Washington football team is you know,
Right.
nigga, that goes along with this shit. Like,
Yep.
oh,
Yeah,
and then
that's
because
everywhere.
I was listening
Right.
to the joint, I was like, as soon as he said, oh, and the hidden sexual harassment, I was like, okay, nigga,
Piling on.
you definitely piling on now, like you know what I'm saying? Because and I'm not necessarily saying him. I'm just sure that you know especially before this era, there was, I'm sure, almost all across the board, there was some sort of sexual harassment going on, and no, like
You
nobody
know
was
it.
batting no fucking eye. Nobody gave a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Until now, you know, everyone wants to be on the right side of you know the I guess the moral standard at the time. But come on, man, like now. It's like, oh, the hidden sexual harassment. I'm like, I'm sure y'all niggas used to see all kinds of shit and y'all didn't give a fuck. But now you see the opportunity to like, you know, throw the team under the bus. Now you want to start talking about that shit. So you know, I just look at it as this as a him, you know, using this as a platform to you know raise his career. But I do definitely believe there was definitely some scandalous shit going on behind the scenes though, because the way that
Absolutely.
whole situation played out was just ugly, young. So I know behind the scenes there was some wild shit going on, you know.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm just curious to see if he says it in the book, because from my perspective, that Jay Gruden era, that was pure sabotage. I think Jay Gruden was trying to ruin this nigga. So I
He
really
was.
want to, I'm really want to see that because even on ESPN, Skip Bayless was like, this is looking like sabotage. So this ain't some shit I'm just making up in my brain. Like it's other motherfuckers who watch this shit and literally was like, oh shit, like they're not trying to win games right now. So let's see. So let's
Right.
see. Like, I mean, so let's see. I'm just curious to see if
Uh,
he actually admits that.
And plus, Gary Myers
and that's the
is a
part I'm
well
interested in
respected
too.
writer. You know what I'm saying? He ain't about to put his name on something that could possibly come back to bite him. This is like you said, Lighthouse. This is all a ploy. This is marketing
Mm-hmm.
at its finest. You know what I'm
People
saying?
said them Adidas checks drying up, or maybe he
And you
this
see
now.
how it came out, his Twitter, just random video. It was like
Yeah.
out of left field. There was no build up. There was no just straight out of left field. I was like, wait, what?
Right after his big debut on college football too.
Yeah, so I don't think, like you said, Brian, I don't think he gonna be like just going for the jugular in this joint because he got to maintain a career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I mean, it kind of like if you look at like the headlines, and it's like it's time for you to know the truth. Surviving Washington Capital, a player's missteps. So he's taking accountability with the first like headline: a player's missteps, a coach's greed, a owner's power, the hidden sexual harassment. You know what I'm saying? Like he's hitting all the bullet points that you
Right.
want.
and I will say also that the one thing I learned from watching his whole shit is like it's very important. Like those players who come out immediately and try to be like big brands instead of just focusing on football, that shit almost be niggas fall on their face almost every time doing that shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I think watching his situation, how that play out. So like now when you be seeing these players like who come straight out of college and they already acting like they, they trying to be icons and shit before they even stepped on the field, that's usually a red flag.
After about a month or so ago, talking about some make the call. to Washington.
Right, exactly. Yep.
I
Shut your ass
I thought
up.
he was joking. I didn't think he was serious.
No, I think he was dead ass.
No, because I'm like, bro, but the only reason why I didn't think he was serious is like because he wasn't doing shit in Baltimore.
With the
So
Ravens,
what would make him think that somebody would take that shit seriously? Like
Robert really don't see himself like, you know what I mean, how everybody else see himself. A lot of times.
I guess it's just that athlete ego is like when you so used to being at the top, you can't even like fathom, you know what I'm saying? You ain't who you used to be, I guess. Like
right.
And he looked different too. Like did he cut his hair?
No, I think he still got the corn. I think he just, you know, his braids be tight now. Like them shits don't, you know how them shits used to look. But
Robert's just weird anyway.
He
awkward. He an awkward guy.
Awkward, you know, never, you know. But you can't take away what he did here in 2012.
No, you can't.
That shit was special. That was like one of my favorite
Gave
moments.
me years.
Yeah. And then, you know, it's funny because then I start seeing these RG3 jerseys again. They started to appear. Like, and if you go to the games, fans, it's like, because I remember as soon as he left, them shits disappeared. Like, now they're starting to come back.
Even when I used to wear my junk, like, be at a game, like, oh, you can't wear that. I'm like, what?
Yeah, then like, they started, because it's a classic uniform. I mean, it has a, you know, and they're ugly, but that was a moment for us as a you know, fan. So
Tim was going crazy. Tim was going crazy.
That run against Minnesota when he got on them, that was probably one of the best moments. And that first game, man, against the Saints, that shit was crazy. And that Cowboys game when we beat the Cowboys at Thanksgiving, that might have been the high.
Yeah, that's the high.
Whole shit.
Right
that might have been the high of the whole shit right there.
I don't think I ate that Thanksgiving.
And I'm to be completely real, bro. We haven't had that level of
magic.
Man, no, I'm not even magic, but like the city, nigga. Like I remember just going out and like everybody had their Redskins shit on. Everybody had it on their cars. It was like, you know, it was like
magic.
A fucking. You could feel the energy that was in the town. I can't even explain it. You could just feel it in the air. But that just shows the power of sports, bro. Because when your sports teams is good, you can like feel that shit when you step outside. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we get some of that shit back because it's been a while, young. We need some of that.
Lord.
Even when we made the playoffs with Kirk, it didn't feel the same though.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the same shit. I can't even put. I have no explanation for it. You could just.
It felt like any game was winnable.
Mm-hmm. That's what it was. That's exactly what it felt like. We could win any game. Yep.
Yeah,
that's literally what it was. But we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see how this play out.
Yep.
Then, Mark Turgeon stepped down too. If y'all ain't know,
right? And I heard he was like kind of like being salty towards like the fans when he was stepping down. Yeah.
Really?
I was listening to the radio on the way home, and he was like kind of talking about how
that kind of surprised me though.
He said something like towards the fans.
Oh damn!
On the way out.
Nah, Mark. I fucks with him.
I don't.
He had some pretty good teams though. Throughout the time.
I don't think he's a good X and O's coach. I don't think he does.
What's the exact reason why though that he stepped down? Like, there's no one saying that.
Right, midway through too.
And they 5-3.
Right.
Oh damn, are they?
Yeah, they 5. They started out the season ranked, right?
Yeah.
They supposedly had a decent team this year though.
Maybe we didn't get to the, you know, the meats and potatoes of the schedule, but yeah. What's his record?
Overall throughout his career?
Shit, I think
it was
11 years.
5 NCAA tournament appearances in the past 10 years.
Maryland, he's 226 and 116.
That's not bad. That's 100 wins more than losses.
Yeah. But when it came for tournament time,
one's what, Sweet 16?
10-10. 0 Final Fours.
I know they went to the Sweet 16 1 year.
Nah, with Turgeon?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, with Melo Trimble? I think so. I think you're right.
And Melo Trimble. He should have left after his freshman year.
And won Big Ten championship 2019-20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a decent resume.
I just feel like I'm not the only one I'm not the only one. People in the area do not like Turgeon. I think just because the longevity of Gary Williams, and Gary Williams is so revered and all that, and even before that, Lefty Drizel, like, you know what I mean, it's kind of hard to step in there
to get in that circle.
Yeah. And especially if, you know what I'm saying, you're not getting to like the Final Four, Sweet 16, and you're not beating Dukes, and I mean, we playing, in the Big Ten now, so you're not beating the Michigan States, the Michigans, and all that stuff like that. So
that's how all the New England fans gonna feel about whatever the next coach is after Bill Belichick. They go like, man, fuck this nigga.
Off break.
They ain't gonna like nobody for years.
Unless it's Tom Brady. And he ain't doing that. So yeah.
Sure, I think we covered everything.
Yeah, we covered everything on the Fifth Quarter podcast. We switched it up. Friday Night Lights, talking sports. Fall us over to overtime. We're gonna talk about this whole Ghislaine Maxwell situation. It's been like 4 days in court so far, or 5 days in court so far. Started Monday. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up about that, and probably some robot type shit too.
Robots.
Yeah. Catch y'all on the flip though.
All right, peace, y'all.
Peace.
I need